We're back, and I'm so excited because today we are doing a fun little collaboration, a cute little partnership. McCormick was so nice to send me a cute little baggie of new spices that they're coming out with eventually. Global blends, global spices, just really cool, different, you know, literally blends of spices from around the world. So I'm super excited to try it today. They sent me, I think, 4 or 5. I'm only going to use one today just because if I mix them all, that's not going to be a fun party to go to. But I'm going to run through real quick which ones they sent me and then which ones I'm using right now. So the one I'm using, and probably my favorite one of the group, is called Peruvian seasoning. So basically what this is, it's a blend of like lime, chili, garlic, paprika, cumin, all those beautiful like Latin American, South American spices kind of like ground and dried and blended up into one. It's gonna be great on what we're doing today. They've also sent me Moroccan seasoning, which is like ginger, cinnamon, anise, you know, that kind of like that style of spice. They sent me Japanese 7 spice, which has the ginger, the peppers, the black pepper, the salt, the garlic, all that stuff. This is great on pork belly, which I am hopefully gonna do a cute little video on soon. They sent me harissa. Everyone knows what harissa is. It's a very traditional like dip that you would find a lot. And then what's the last one? Za'atar. Oh, za'atar is so good. Za'atar is almost like, to me at least, it's almost like the everything bagel seasoning of Lebanon food, of the Lebanese cuisine. So I'm super excited to try this. I know this goes, a friend of mine up in Brooklyn has a grocery store, and he uses this on almost everything. I know he makes a beautiful croissant and he puts this on top, and it was great. I actually had the chance to try it. So I'm gonna do something like that. But like I said, we're doing Peru today, so I'm gonna use this. So let's get into it. So to start, I'm just gonna get this little puppy open. I'm gonna get them all cleaned up. I'm gonna pat it dry and get them all set for the dry rub that we're gonna be putting on there. And an important part here, you see that white like membrane looking thing on the back of these ribs? It's always important to rip that off before you do anything with ribs, because that's never going to cook down, and it's just going to stay like kind of sinewy and not cute. So as you can see, one of the easiest ways that I found to do it is to just take a few paper towels and pat dry the back, and then try and find a good starting point for it. You can see I'm kind of having some issues here, but once you get a little bit of it up, it's a lot easier to rip the rest of it off. So you can see I got a little bit. I'm going to grab it with the paper towel and then begin to start to rip it off. As difficult that this looks, I promise it's not usually this annoying. There we go. Now we're seeing some action. You see, once it comes up, you can just kind of pull it and the whole thing comes off, and you can actually just throw it right out because it doesn't really do much for you. Okay, so now that we have that membrane removed, what I'm going to do next is begin my seasoning for everything. I'm going to start with a little bit of Dijon mustard, and I'm going to cover pretty generously the front and the back of this. What this does, if you've ever seen some recipes for, what's it called? Oh my god, beef Wellington. Holy guacamole, I can't believe I couldn't remember that. Most of the time after you sear the beef, you'll see a lot of people use Dijon mustard or some kind of mustard, yellow mustard, to cover in it, because you're not really using it for the mustard taste, but what the mustard does is it gives you like a really nice kind of vinegary, sweet and tangy flavor and depth to the protein while it's cooking, you know, and as it kind of soaks into the meat, and it helps tenderize the meat as well. So it's just always a nice thing to add when you're going to be cooking something for a long time. Okay, so now that the backside is all rubbed up with my mustard, I'm going to go in with a pretty hefty amount of my McCormick Global Blends Peruvian seasoning. Smells amazing. You can see me giving it a sniff right there. And you want to use a pretty decent amount here, like a pretty heavy coating, just because we are going to be cooking it for quite a while. So you want to make sure that, you know, you have a really nice Peruvian flavor happening throughout all of the ribs. All right, so now we're going to flip him over. I promised last time I would gender the food as a him and not a her. So we're going to flip him over. We're gonna do the same exact process, a little bit of mustard, some more of that Peruvian seasoning, and then we're all set. We're gonna wrap them up in a little foil cocoon, and right into the oven we go. So quick little washy and we're ready to go. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna wrap this up in some foil, get them into the oven, and then it's time to chow down. Peep me casually pulling out fucking 96 yards of tin foil for a small little baby back rib slab. Wow, so socially conscious I am. Also, looking at that pan now, knowing what the aftermath of that pan was, it is forever stained and forever burnt by that little residual mustard that I could have very easily washed off before I put it in the oven. But, you know, I like to keep my life interesting, and by interesting, I mean difficult. So, if you are one of the same, keep the mustard on the pan and bake it for a few hours, and then never get it off, because that's where I'm at right now. Also, there's another 96 yards of foil in case you were worried that the first 96 yards wasn't enough. Yep, Brendan, looks like 96 yards was a little much, so I'm folding it back, but don't worry, I'm still going to use it all. Look, 1 roll, 2 roll, 3 roll, why not 4? Top it off with 1 more, 5 rolls. Wow. Wow. She's sealed. Oh my god, I'm sorry, he is sealed. He's sealed. Oh, you thought I was done with 2 sets of 96 yards? Well, baby, you must not have seen this coming. Get ready. Ready? Here we go. Look, there you go. You were nervous. So what's that? 96 plus 96 plus 96. What's 9 times 3? 270. 6 times 3 is 18. 288 yards of foil, girls. How you like that? All for 1 little piece of baby back ribs. Oh, the slap? The slap to end it all? The slap of all slaps? Okay, so as I was saying, into the oven for a few hours. Recipe will be below, and there's the finished product. Holy guacamole. All of that burnt mustard I was talking about. Look at it, look at it. All of that never came off, by the way. It's still there. She's still there chilling. It's been washed probably 288 times. I washed it for every yard of foil that I used. So now that it's out of the oven and all cooked and up to temperature and juicy as all you can see it's not the most appetizing looking, and that's because it just hasn't really caramelized at all. So what I'm going to do now is just unwrap it a bit, get the top out into the open, and then I'm going to pop it back into my oven under broil to get the top really nice and crispy and caramelized before I cut these suckers up. Just pulled them out of the oven. I had it on broil, like I said. It really nicely crisped up the top here. It got like real crispy. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Real crispy and nice. The fat rendered out really beautifully. I'm so excited to get into these. So what I'm gonna do is, whenever I'm cutting ribs, I like to try and lift them up so I can see more precisely like where the bone is on the backside, so that as I'm going to cut, I can like cut right in the middle so I'm not like super jagged all the way down. So I'm gonna grab, start going in, and just go right down. And there's our first little ribby doodle. Ready? Let's get a cute little close-up shot. Are we there? Oh my God. I was expecting a lot more juice to come out, but that's probably a good thing because all the juice is back up in the pork right now. But they look gorgeous. I mean, look at that. So I'm gonna cut more of these up, get some on a plate, take a cute little picture, and then munch down on them. So I will see you in a second. Okay, so I just have some of my ribs cut. These honestly look so juicy. All right, so I got a cute little rib tower. I'm just gonna casually pretend like I didn't just say that. Although you guys probably won't know that I just said that. What if we just kept the whole thing and blurred out? Like just silented me, like a silent movie type thing. Okay, so let me move this. Oh my God, the drama. The drama this is causing right now. So here are our ribs. Quick little cut so I can take a picture and then I'll come back and try them. All right, so I have my napkin, I have my ribs. Let's try. Okay, Mom. Okay, Bob. Those are good. That seasoning is so good on here. It's like not super, it's obviously not like supposed to be super spicy or anything, but it just adds like a really nice, like just all around good porky flavor to this, you know? Like it just complements everything really well. Wow, those are good. Pat on the back for me. Well, that's it, I think. I'm debating whether or not I should eat these on camera or off camera. I think off camera to spare you some unnecessary time. So as always, a huge thank you to McCormick. They sent me this cute little bag with some cute little spices inside. I'm so glad I'm able to use them. I'm gonna use the rest of them on our Instagram if you wanna go over there and check us out. I'm gonna be doing some different recipes with those there. So again, a huge thanks to them. You know, you have McCormick in your pantry, you've bought them before, so keep doing it. It's the best spice brand out there right now, I can promise you. On period. Is that what they say? On period. Okay, so per usual, like always, it helps us a lot. Like I said last time, it helps us make money and it's free to you, mama. So what's stopping you? Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and smile. As always, you always gotta smile. Come on, do it for me. I'm gonna go finish these ribs and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.